A quick disclaimer for this video. Well, not really a disclaimer, but just for your information. This challenge is there's more information of this challenge on my Discord. So if I don't say all the details here, then they'll all be there. But it's a pretty simple premise. Anyways, welcome everyone. This here is a little art challenge type thing that I'm planning to do every month for as long as I can. Mostly to help with mostly to help me, like, just keeping me doing creative things, because, like, I don't want to lose any of that imagination as such. How this challenge will work is I'll come up with a theme, and you spend the month working on it, making any kind of art, ranging from like literally any media or medium that you so wish. I personally enjoy like digital art. That's what I'm practicing at the moment, and but I also do like some traditional sketching and such. But I do want to expand into other ones as well, and I'm hoping this challenge will also encourage other people to do the same. Without further ado, though, this month's challenge is actually a pretty simple one, but could also be challenging in some areas. The theme is to use one singular color, and by that I mean pick one color, right? And then you can only use colors within that range, right? So, like, obviously with this challenge, it's pretty loose with how you go about it. Pretty much, if you think you can get away with it, you can. Pretty much, you challenge yourself to your own limits, per se. This one I think is going to be pretty good for either beginners or even just people that want to try a new style, even, which is definitely, I think I fit both those categories pretty well. I'm not the greatest artist, barely consider myself an artist, to be honest, but I'm also wanting to try new styles and such. I haven't quite worked out my own style yet. Anyways, for those that do want to participate, I do have a link in my description. I know this video is a bit late for this month, but any future challenges will be uh, posted straight there, so you'll be able to start at the start of the month. How it's the challenge is intended, obviously, and I've already spent the month doing my things. Anyways, enjoy. Now, for this piece, I was actually taking inspiration from a friend of mine who did this really interesting style, and it's actually a lot more simplistic. Obviously, of course, just looking at it, it just looks like I'm tracing, which for the most part I am, but you have to take into consideration the shading and also the lighting. Like, so you really do actually learn how things shine off of like natural anatomy, because that can be difficult for a lot of artists. Even just the initial start, as you probably saw, was difficult. You find it is a challenge in its own right, because you've got to as you can see, yeah, it is very simplistic, but yeah. I've just found myself staring at the time lapse. Man, this. I did enjoy creating this one though. This one has to be my favorite. Um, I do prefer. I don't like how the letter turned out, and my fill tool's pretty stupid with how it works. You sort of fill it in. Yeah, you gotta do those little outlines, which doesn't feel great, but for the most part, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah, like you can also see in some areas I didn't actually fill those holes in correctly, and some bits probably don't actually make sense with where I've put the shading. But you've also got to, for this specific art style, you've got to keep track, because you do want to have some space in behind, and of course, yeah, I did actually leave it for a while and then came back because I realized that some of the lines didn't look thick enough. So that's why I'm obviously thickening out those lines. It did feel a bit thin. I did also do some experimenting with, because all those lines currently, they represent the light, right? But I felt like it needed at least another shade to show off some darkness. Even like this is pretty spread out. I didn't put it in a whole bunch of places. Um, but it does round it out just that tiny bit, which like this was my own experimentation. This did not come from my inspiration at all. I just wanted to try it, and I think it ended up turning out quite good. Yeah, I'd just like to say that spoiler alert, I give up on this specific one really quickly. But the general idea was to have a new profile picture for um, for Discord, which that one in the bottom corner is my current one. Well, and I was like, oh yeah, because it was initially mimicking, well, like not, yeah, sort of mimicking the Dweller's Empty Path style by Timmy Chang, which you also see in the bottom as one of my references. But I just couldn't replicate that charm that my other one had. I wanted to update it because I don't actually really look like that. And obviously, I'm not really going to show what I actually look like, but I do have like a beard somewhat. So I was like, oh, I want to add that as well, you know. But then I realized that nothing was coming together. It didn't look right at all. It looks fine, but it didn't have that same appeal as the other one. So I'm putting that one aside for now. Now, for my actual second submission, I I am fully aware that this is someone else's art and it's also extremely simplistic and therefore probably not the best show of art, but like it's something I made, and it was for a bit because I saw that other people had screaming frogs and I wanted one as well, but I didn't want to give up on that initial style I would enjoy so much with just the green color palette, so I decided to just make my own one. Because why not? And I mean, this is like it looks very clean with the like just doing the circles that way, where I obviously like place them down and then erase the other parts of it. So this is a much more graphic design sort of style, which is, you know, that's where I'm planning to go anyway, so might as well give it a go. That didn't make any sense grammatically, but yeah. After getting yet again more reference images to obviously get the colors right. I I did have a lot of difficulty with the colors because I just started with what I think worked at the time, but the color palette is very limited, which it fits with the whole theme. Um, Obviously of my challenge, and I do enjoy this art style a lot. But when it came down to deciding which colors fit where, I didn't take my time. I just went in and I mean it's not look it wasn't looking too bad, and it does turn out quite well. But when I finally got down to what colors go where, I yeah I I almost regretted making those sp- uh, explanation sort of points that color, because then I didn't know what to do with the background. I stared at it for a decent while before like this is time skipped, and I couldn't even figure out the color. It didn't match, so I was like, oh, screw it, I'll try black. And I think that worked. It removed some of the outlines, but it did turn out okay. Another another thing is I couldn't use the fill tool either because I have the color on a separate layer, so it just did the background, as you probably saw before, where it just I could preview the black, but it would also do the entire background, and that wouldn't quite work. So I had to do the entire thing. Um, and yeah, as for shading, there wasn't all that much I could really do. It was like it didn't look right in some places. Like the mushroom made sense to me to try that. That was a really difficult and dumb strategy. I don't know why I did it like that. I had to gently try and go over the other color. At least zoomed out, it doesn't look too bad. Um, yeah, and even then, I wanted to try. This one was just a like it didn't make sense because it's not a physical object. But I wanted to give them a tiny bit of depth, at least. I don't even know if it's noticeable in my as a profile picture, but yeah. Um, this is this is going to be a temporary um one, but yeah, I think it turned out quite alright. I don't know if this video might be considered boring in any sense or just unentertaining. I've been pretty lazy with this one, especially because I've had less time to really flesh out a lot of these things. I spent more time on the drawing than I did with the editing. I didn't even use my normal strategies, but hopefully we got some, yeah. Hopefully I've encouraged a little bit of a community to band together, make something creative, or just watch me fail at my own thing. I would love to see what other people come up with though. That's going to be the main reward from this, I think, going forward. But thank you all for watching. Goodbye.